Hi, today I talk about the three different types of network and characteristics. In network industry, we talk about the solutions addressed for enterprise, service provider, and data center. What that mean? What is specific to enterprise? The enterprise it means the network routers or switches placed into the particular campus and providing services to the end users. So here the first one is enterprise is a medium bandwidth is enough. User mobility is more. That means number of users and different types of user devices, laptops, cell phones, webcams, and n number of and different types of users types is more. And access we have to control based upon the group privileges. So the enterprise product more specific on policies and securities. ACL, many ACLs need to handle out and segregate the permission based upon the user groups. So more focus based upon the user policies and securities. Heterogeneous mix of devices, insert of and wired and wireless access available. Come back to that next to that is service provider. The service provider is sit in that end user and then the origin of the server. So here first characteristic is to be required for high bandwidth. Obviously, it have to a long distance communications, hyperscale infrastructures, shared infrastructure. That means you see the service providers, right? Is to the end-to-end connectivity is to be through long distance, and you can't multiple connections you can't provide from the one point to another point. So there is a infrastructure point of view is to be shared. So for example, you have a customers A, B, C, D, E, F, but we can't provide it 7 channels wires from one point to another point. It's very difficult. So instead of that, the infrastructure point of view, there is only one connection from A to B connections, A to B endpoints. So all the customers captured, encoded and decoded via from the common infrastructure. That is what we call as a shared infrastructure concepts. So oversubscribed, what that means is the customers, endpoint customers are huge. It's not limited to one or two. It to be n number of customers. So accordingly, we have to decode and encode the flows. That's a capability you have to build in the service provider concepts. Obviously, it's a long distance interconnected networks. Third one is to be a hyperscale data center. It requires also higher hyper bandwidth. Most of the thing is to be east to west traffic domain. What that means, within the data center, whenever you do a request www.google.com or www.gmail.com, it reaches to the one of the data center servers and try to access many data center servers. So what that means is one request comes, you try to fetch the image from the another, one try to authenticate from the another server. So most of the traffic from the east to west traffic domains. So the latency is very important. It should not to be over delayed. Otherwise, the request response is over get delayed to the end user. So distributed load balance is a key of the solutions. That means MCT. Even one of the node connections goes away, it picked up the another connections. Even the failover happen, it to be recovered and get the data. So in the heavy load comes the bandwidth concerns, it to be load balance and distributed are the key factors to designing a data center solutions. So considering the Broadcom chipset point of view, There are three chipset. One is Tomahawk, Trident, and Jericho. Tomahawk point of view is a high bandwidth is supported, and Trident point of view is a rich set of future programmable cloud and edge and enterprise solutions. And the Jericho point of view is a scale out, programmable, deep buffered, and career guide infrastructure. So where it is applicable, all we can see. So three type of thing: Jericho, Trident, and Tomahawk. In Broadcom chipset point of view, they called as SGS and DNX technologies. So Tomahawk and Trident built on the SGS technologies, and DNX is built on the Jericho technologies. So that's you have to remember it. And the top of that, you see hardware. Many vendors already available in the market are building their own hardware and own operating system. And finally, the end users also provided. From internet networking routers and switches point of view, where it is at all, the routers are applicable, start to end solutions. So it's a core routing, edge routing, and switches, and come out to the subscriber end Wi-Fi routers, set-top box, and enterprise storage, RF front end, campus switch. These are subscriber end, and the core and access end perspective switch and edge routers are the key role in the access and metros, and core routing is a core routing. These are the way the routers and switches placed everywhere in distributed and perspective of Broadcom chipset. So come back to the three set of network: enterprise, service provider, and data center, and categorized based upon the bandwidth, user policies, long distance, shared infrastructures, latencies. All things are considered. These are the things, list of features. And the radio I/O devices are more in the data centers. Many I/O devices are connected to the data center, edge routers. Latency is very key in the data center perspective, load balancing, and instrumentations. Programmability is more on service provider. So what the key is: VPN services and own proprietary service model, customer encoding and decoding. Those are required in the service provider technologies. Deep buffering and shaping. The traffic is to be multi layers is added. VLAN, VXLAN header, so such a things, MPLS header. Many layers are added because of the common infrastructures, and deep buffering and shaping of traffic is so key to design out the service provider routers and switches. And large access control you list, all things are required, and large switches and routing tables, obviously, large scale tunneling. These are the key requirement from the service provider perspective. And enterprise perspective, all need is a equal balancing perspective. So that is the called the highlighted the features key criteria for these things are listed out accordingly. So Jericho is fit into the enterprises solutions, and data centers are fit into Tomahawk classes devices, and Trident is placed to the enterprises solutions. So that's the way Broadcom chipset are addressed, each chipset addressing a specific target networks. So different versioning, and Trident 1, 2, Trident 3 and Trident 4, Jericho Plus and Jericho 2, Tomahawk 2, 3, 4, like that. It's to be built over the 3 years generally. So this is for this point of view, data center and the campus both are interconnected. So the Trident can able to support both the data centers and the campus network. So different flavors in the Trident, so 2T and 4T and 80 and 12T. So it's also bandwidth things. So generally, right, the Tomahawk chipset 4, what's special in Tomahawk chipset 4, generally class topologies is a leaf-spine architecture we used to support in the data center point, but they want a higher bandwidth, 25.6 terabytes. So how we can achieve through by the Tomahawk 4? What's advantage with the class first Tomahawk 4 is a power consumption is to be reduced out. So generally, right, the network OS and the open source NOS. So what then generally Broadcom provided a SDK. Over top of the SDK, they provided open source operating system which helps you to connect to the Broadcom SDK, and they have already implemented in sort of open source. The data are available in the GitHub. You can access the open BCM and SDK and get out that the implementations examples, so and so on. So that's I want to capture it as part of this topic.